Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, it's Tom here from Ludicrous Feed. Thank you so much for joining us. And in today's video, I just want to go through some photos sent in by one of our viewers, Steve A, who lives in Thailand, and he attended the recent, let me get this right, this is the Thailand International Motor Expo 2024, and it took place between the 29th of November to the 10th of December, so it only concluded 3 days ago. This is not to be confused with the Bangkok International Motor Show, which occurs in the first half of each year. Next year in 2025, it'll be the 46th version. So hopefully I'll try to go along to that event. I'd love to actually see it in person. But Steve also sent some photos and videos from that event in 2024, from earlier this year. So thanks again, Steve, for doing that. But this time it's the Thailand International Motor Expo, and isn't Thailand blessed to have two quite major expos, motor shows in that country? Presumably both are in Bangkok. All right, well, let's have a look at some photos. All right, Steve, thanks so much for this. So yeah, it's quite a big expo, and the directory board reflects that. And some of the car brands there. Look, before I go into it, I just want to say, how much things have changed in 6 months, right? I remember covering the photos that Steve sent in early 2024, and half the brands I was like, what is this? I've never seen this. But because we've seen some of these brands enter Australia now, and also I've been to China a couple of times this year already, so I'm starting to get exposed more to Chinese brands, which is a good thing. I didn't recognize some of those brands earlier, but now I can certainly recognize them on this directory board now. So Ion, Audi, Avatar, BMW, BYD, Deepal, Denza, Ford, Photon, Geely, Great Wall, Honda, Hyundai, Isuzu, Jeep, Junyao, I don't know that one, Kia, King, Long, Leapmotor, Lexus, Lotus, Maserati, Mazda, Mercedes-Benz, MG, Mini, Mitsubishi, Neta, Nissan, Omoda, and JQ, Peugeot, Poco, don't know that one, Porsche, Radara, Suzuki, Tesla, Toyota, Volvo, Wuling, XPeng, ZEEKR, and some used cars as well. So yeah, quite a big turnout from those OEMs, and I certainly recognize at least maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of those brands now, which is great. All right, let's have a look at some of those photos that Steve sent us. So this is the Omoda stand, which is obviously an arm of Chery, and I'll have a look at this car here, the 25. Pretty funky looking vehicle there, pretty puffed out at the wheels, and I don't know, I suppose this could be possibly an all-terrain vehicle, maybe. It kind of looks like one, but also it looks quite futuristic as well, so interesting there. And then we've got the rest of the Omoda JQ stand there, lots of cars. J6 seems to be another off-road vehicle there up on an incline, up the top, that orange car. And then this is the C9 Omoda. There we go. We've obviously got the Omoda, what's it called? E5, Omoda E5 here in Australia, which I reviewed both the BX and EX variant as well, so check out those videos too. And this is the Stratos E05, again part of the Omoda JQ stand. All right, so what's this one? This is the J6, okay. I think this is also part of the Omoda JQ stand. It's quite a big stand, isn't it? They've got lots of cars on display there. And okay, now this is the Wuling stand. Now Wuling, every time I've only been there twice, but the 2 times I've been to China, I've been on the lookout for Wuling vehicles. Why? Because, well, look at it, it's so cute. It's this like little Mr. Bean kind of car with like 2 doors, right? Yeah, when I first saw this photo, when Steve sent me this photo, I thought, ooh, is the perspective wrong? Like, is it shrunk? Is it like compressed this way? But no, it's actually, this is the actual photo in its proper dimensions. The car is just that small. Crazy, huh? And yeah, this is the Wuling brand. They specialize in small little vehicles like this. Great for like really inner city tight spaces. I don't think the range is that big, but hey, what's a couple of kilometers between us and small cars? But this is great. Good to see that. And this is a slightly bigger version of the Wuling. Yeah, so I don't, yeah, it kind of almost looks like the Aura, right? Even with the light blue color and the two-tone up the top. Bingwo EV, Bingwo, yeah, all right. Almost sounds like Apple, Bingwo. Quite a cute looking car, and you can't mistake that W logo as the Wuling logo there. So again, I'd love to go to one of these expos in Asia just to see what they have on offer there. I'm sure they've got a big variety for sure at the upcoming Bangkok Motor Show in early 2025. All right, so we know this one. This is the BYD Shark 6. Of course, this is already launched in Australia, and we'll be expecting deliveries in early 2025. Shark 6 going to be a very popular vehicle in the DMO format. This is the BYD C-Line 7, which I had the pleasure of driving in China on a specialized tarmac circuit. That was a lot of fun. This is the, I suppose, the SUV version of the Seal, which I have at home, of course. I think this will do reasonably well. Of course, BYD is a very well-known brand, of course. And we've got the BYD C-Line 6 already in Australia, so having the 7 BEV version will be good, and competing against XPeng G6, ZEEKR X potentially, ZEEKR 7X coming to Australia, confirmed, deepal, so a lot of that mid-SUV segment brands coming to Australia, competing against the Tesla Model Y. So it will be good, interesting times ahead, lots of choice for consumers. Here's the MG Cyberster, which I've seen at the Sydney International EV Auto Show recently. So yes, it does look pretty cool in person with those scissor jack doors. There's another front shot of it. I think it's asking 6 figures here in Australia for a zippy little roadster. Hopefully MG will loan me one of these as a press car to drive around town, and it looks pretty cool. This is the Leapmotor C10, all right? So this is another mid-size SUV, 4.7 meters in length, competing against Model Y, XPeng G6, BYD C-Line 7, and maybe even the BYD C-Line 6 as well. So very tightly contested space for sure. This will be one of the cheaper ones. This is asking under $50,000 for a mid-size SUV. And this is, I don't know this one, JYA, Junyao Auto. This looks like a very interesting vehicle. I dare say almost looks like a Prius, just looking at the shape of it, right? Very bubble-like shape at the front. Not really much definition between the bonnet and the window there, so possibly built very much with aerodynamics in mind. So interesting, definitely haven't seen that one before. And this is the Chang'an brand. So this is deepal, again, this logo here I recognize. So deepal P201, okay? So there we go. We might see that in Australia possibly in the future from deepal. Next one is Kinglong, okay? Kinglong, don't know that particular make, but it looks like a ute, a truck, and I don't know whether it's an EV. Hopefully it's a full EV. Another option there for Australia to consider potentially if they do come this way. Don't forget, Thailand is a right-hand drive market, so anything you see here in right-hand drive has the potential to arrive in Australia as well. So Kinglong Ute, interesting. Now ZEEKR, we do know ZEEKR has launched their ZEEKR X, which is what this is, in Australia, and also the 007 as well, the People Mover. And they've also promised the 7X, which is the plush-looking mid-size SUV, and hopefully other cars like the X, the Mix, and then maybe the 001 and 007 as well, so fingers crossed. But this is the X, built on the SEA2 platform, I believe, same as the Smart vehicle, and I think Volvo as well shares the same platform. There's the rest of the ZEEKR stand with that signature orange, and they are this 009 in the background. They're very plush ride, and I can just see the 001 peaking, FR peaking just in that right-hand side of the picture there. In fact, I think this might be it here. Here we go. No, that's the rest of the X, ZEEKR X, there in shot. So not a bad-looking vehicle. Haven't driven that car just yet on Australian roads, but looking forward to doing that once ZEEKR Australia loan me a vehicle. Now this is looking very promising. The 7X. It's got that light signature at the front here. In some variants, like the 7 has got that as well, where you can customize your light signature up the front. I think it's called Starship Light or something. Stardust. Something with the star light bar at the front, where you can customize whatever graphic you want at the front. So that looks like quite a nice looking vehicle. Is that larger up the front here on the top of the windscreen? It could be. Again, competing in that mid-sized SUV segment, very popular. So hopefully this will be equipped with the golden battery, the 5.5C charging that can charge quite quickly. Hopefully we'll see that come to Australia as well. 400 kilowatts plus, so it can go from 10 to 80% in like 11 minutes, something crazy like that. It'll just change the face of charging if we have the infrastructure to support that, of course. Now, next to it is the ZEEKR 001 FR. This is a gorgeous beast. Had the pleasure of actually sitting one of these in China earlier this year, and looks fantastic in person. I've also got a video of this car at the Sydney International EV Auto Show earlier this year, and yeah, it's a phenomenal vehicle. It's got that beautiful wagon shooting brake shape, very sporty, co-designed by Kimi Räikkönen, former F1 driver. Great design language. It's just has a lot of grunt, so to speak, and beautiful looking vehicle as well, all over inside and out. So hopefully we'll see that come to Australia. Could be an affordable alternative to other sport cars or sporty type EVs, like for example the Porsche Taycan Gran Turismo GT. So yeah, hopefully we'll see ZEEKR bring that to market here in Australia. All right, well, thanks so much for watching, and thanks once again to Steve A for supplying these photos from the Thailand International Motor Expo. Once again, I'll see what I can do about getting along to the Bangkok International Motor Show in early 2025. And yeah, should be lots of fun and lots more cars to explore. So thanks so much for watching. As always, I'm Tom from Ludicrous Feed. Until next time, happy charging.